Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead Talk, where we take a deep dive into the anthology series, The Dead of Night. I'm here with Episode 7 director, Rene Guerrero. Your episode is called Amor the Great.
Yep.
Explain that title.
The title was kind of a spur of the moment type of thing. I was trying to make some sort of great journey and trying to show that through this character's name. So that was a little bit of my thought process on that.
The thing that stands out the most about yours is these weird visuals that go on. Like, it starts out with this craziness and ends with this really cool eclipse.
Yeah.
So what was your inspiration behind those visuals?
Initially, I kind of wanted to go with the Western route. I was watching The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then also almost like a modern Western was Better Call Saul. So they used a lot of establishing shots and slow moving shots, but I try to make it intense too, and then so that's kind of where that inspiration came from, and then kind of making it more seem like it's more, the film was bigger than South Texas or something like that.
Well, that's what I like about this series is with each episode, you get these, the location changes so drastically. Like yours, you're just out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So tell me about that location.
We had filmed in Sandia at the creator Jacob's his mother-in-law's ranch. And I had originally wanted to film all of it in one location, but we ended up using two. One was the river that you saw at the end, and then one was basically where the whole thing takes place. And the reasoning for that was because we would at the river, it wouldn't have been we would have just been backpacking guerrilla style type of filmmaking. If we had to use the restroom, we would have had to go on 10 miles to a restroom. So it was cool to be right there with power and a shower and I say shower loosely because we use a water hose to take a shower at the end of the night.
So did you guys just hang out there?
We had spent the weekend there. Yeah, we spent the weekend we spent Saturday night there, and then we woke up in the early morning at 6 or something to continue filming. But yeah, we were there. We were really in it.
Damn, that's cool because it literally looks like you guys are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That location's great. How did you? Who's the main actor?
That's Mitchell.
Okay, Mitchell.
Yeah.
So, how did you convince him to be in this? Hey, you're gonna run through nothingness and have no lines, and then you're gonna get killed.
It's kind of funny because some circumstances had led us to choose a different lead on the day of. My original actor had my original lead had kind of bailed out at the last minute, and then I was like, okay, we need to recalibrate. And then I think it was me, Jacob, Jake, and Mitchell who got on a 4-way call and were what do we do? And then it was 12 at night, and it was midnight, and we were supposed to start shooting at 7 in the morning, and then we hit it's kind of funny because we were on a 4-way call, and then Jacob said, hey, do you think you can be the lead? And he's like, oh, well, don't you think I'm a little too weto for that? And I was like, don't worry, we'll make it work. It'll be fine.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah. So unfortunately at 7 in the morning, I guess it wasn't clear enough. He thought he was going to be playing. He thought he was going to be playing the Golem, but he was playing. He didn't know he was playing the lead until the actual day, right before we were going to shoot.
Oh wow! So then, yeah, I guess that makes a little more sense now to him. But
yeah,
being a filmmaker myself, having your actors drop out at the last moment is not unheard of.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but it's also a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, like switching gears. Like, no offense to like our original person, it's just like his circumstances weren't gonna work out for what we were trying to do on the day of. So that's kind of like recalibrating. That's just how it is.
Yeah. How did you get involved with the Dead of Night series and all these guys?
Jake had really vouched for me a lot to Jacob, and I think I had started with Jake had vouched for me as assistant director, so I can start with I started Welcome to the Family as assistant directing, and from there, like on the set, everyone was pretty much like all the directors were helping out on set, like either assistant camera or PA or like grip or gaffer, and then like through that, like we were already as like a collective, and we already had like, and we're all friends, like we're all like super tight with each other. So through that, like, working on those sets, it's like Brady was like, yeah, you're gonna assistant direct for mine. I'm like, I guess. He's like, don't worry, I already put you down. Like, you're gonna do it. And I'm like, okay. And then that had led to more. And then Mitchell's was like a little bit more calm. He was like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" So it just kept going. It just kept snowballing, and then Jake had hit me up. I think like after we filmed Mitchell's, he had hit me up and he said, "Hey, like some like a lot of stuff is happening. Do you want to like," and it's more beefed up than that, but do you want to like write and direct one? And I was like, absolutely. Like, yeah, I'm down for it. Like, I want to. I've been wanting to. I haven't really been saying anything about it, but I was like, yeah, I want to do one.
Yeah. So and then in the end, how was the experience?
Filming it was wild. it was hot. I think I don't know what the heat indexes were, but they're at least 100. We were trying to. It was brutal. The filming was brutal. Like being out there all day. So like, if it looks intense, it's because it was like, it was extremely, like the conditions were horrible, and then like we were just keep on going and going. We didn't really have time to stop because we were trying to beat like midday heat, like where the oppressive heat is at, the real oppressive heat. So we were like, we just kept going and going, and then it's like, okay, take like little sips of water, like, pour water on ourselves. Like, we got to keep this train going. So it was intense. It was really intense, to say the least.
Wow, that's crazy. So now here we are. The episode is out. How are you feeling?
I am feeling good. I didn't think that. I guess when you're actually like filming it, you don't really like. For me personally, I really didn't know how it was going to turn out or how I was going to feel about it. I think I was just like, it was so hot and the conditions were so intense that I didn't have really have time to wrap my head around a lot of stuff. So I think like I was pretty beaten up about like maybe not some stuff I wasn't really unsure of, but like when I saw that the final product was what it is, I'm like, oh, okay, that's amazing. That's really good. And I'm proud of that. And so that's kind of like my key takeaways is like, through everything that happened, like I'm at least like proud to say that I have a good film.
Yeah, it's a really good episode.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what are you doing next?
No clue. If they want me on for a season 2, and if they want me to direct one, write one, then I'm completely cool with that. And if not, then we'll just see where things go.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tell people where they can find you on social media. Anything.
I am at Please Chill _ on Instagram, and just Rene Guerrero on everywhere else.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.